So my agency literally turns 4 as I record this video, and in the last 4 years I grew the agency to $10,000 a month. I generated thousands of leads, worked with 7, 8 and 9-figure founders, scaled up to $70,000 a month, signed my dream clients, built a team of now 17 people, and built an audience of people I'll be able to monetize for the rest of my life. But if I had to start over again, here's what I do to get it all back so that you can just copy my process and do the same. The first thing I would do is I would create a solution to a valuable problem using my top skills. Now, every single part of this is really important. The first thing you need to identify is the skills that you actually have that you can use to solve problems in the first place. A lot of people want to build businesses and they pick the next big trending industry. They go to crypto, or they go to drop shipping, or they go to SMMA, they go to whatever the fancy shiny object is at that time, rather than just focusing in on the skills that they actually have, the skills that they already have. So I would first think about what my natural skills are that I could potentially use to help other people. For example, you might be great at copywriting, you might be great at graphic design, you might be great at sales. All of these are skills that you can monetize through your own business. But just having those skills alone is not valuable. You need to find a problem you can solve for other people using those skills. So for example, if I was a great copywriter, I might solve the problem of people online, like coaches online, don't know how to sell. Okay, they don't know how to sell through automated funnels, and I might then write sales letters for them using my copywriting skills. You always need to tie your skills to a problem that people actually have in the market, and then you can build a solution and an offer around those skills and those problems. This is really important. You need to create an offer by combining the skills you have and a problem somebody else has, an offer to solve it. So if you can solve highly painful and expensive problems for people, you are going to earn more in the future. So see how you can apply the skills that you've already got to solve painful problems and expensive problems that people already have. Once you've built this, you've got your offer, you know the problem you're solving, and you know who you're going to be helping. The very first thing you need to do is you need to get your first client. This is one of the hardest things that you will ever do. Make no mistake, this will not be easy, but I've got a system that you can use to make it much quicker and much easier and just get results faster than everyone else. Now, it's not glamorous. If you're here looking for a glamorous approach, this is not it. But if you want a solution that is going to get the job done and actually in the long run is going to get you way ahead of your competitors, this is it. So the second thing I would do is I would reach out to my target audience every day and I would offer to solve the problem that they're going through, whatever X problem is, for free. And ideally, you want to pick people that are quite influential amongst the target audience that you're looking to reach. Let's continue with the example. I'm a copywriter and I'm going to help coaches sell more through sales letters. I would reach out to people who are influential within the coaching world. And the reason I'm going to do this is because if I can work with them and get a great case study out of them, all of the other people in that industry are going to trust me. They're going to act like a lighthouse for me, like a beacon. Everyone else is going to trust me because I have solved that problem for them, because I have their name associated with me. First thing you need is you need a client to prove you can do this, to get results, maybe then to even get referrals. The first thing you need is not necessarily money. You need to be a little bit more patient with that. So whatever it takes, if that means working for free, then work for free. Now look, I appreciate that not everyone is blessed with the opportunity to do this. And this is why if you have a job, you should not quit your job until you actually have clients. You should not quit your job and go all in a business where you haven't actually validated the demand and you haven't actually got a client yet. So keep your day job whilst you get your first few clients and work with them for free. The reason you're going to do this is because, look, truthfully, you don't have experience. You don't have proven expertise. You don't have proof that you can work with them. So the risk is all on the client, but you can remove that risk simply by working for free. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to work for free forever. The way I signed my first few clients and the way I actually signed my dream client 2 years later is I said to them, look, I can solve this problem for you. Let me do it for free for a week or a month, and if you like it and you're getting results, we can talk about what an engagement looks like longer term. And actually, you can do some of the work before you even reach out to them. You can just give them the work straight away. This is called the permissionless apprentice strategy, and again is the exact same thing I did to sign my dream client. I noticed that he had a great business, but his LinkedIn profile wasn't completely optimized, and he was missing out on a load of opportunities through his LinkedIn profile not being optimized and not posting content. So I reached out to him, I sent him a video literally explaining what he needs to be doing with his profile and giving him some tips to improve it. I said, if you want me to write 5 pieces of content for the next week for you to test, let me know and I'll do it for free. And if you like them, maybe we can work together. And within a matter of weeks, he was a paying client. And during our time together, he paid us well over $100,000. So this was definitely worth it, the few hours it took me to put this together and work for him for free. You need to think long term with this sort of thing. Now look, not everyone you reach out to will say yes. That is part of the game. Even with an offer that good, some people might just miss it. They might be busy. For some reason, they may not work with you. You want to repeat this process until you have 3 to 5 people that have said yes to you. And then of course, you've got to work your ass off to deliver. Make sure you over deliver for them. Give them the best possible experience with you. Get them amazing results, because these are going to be your case studies that you're going to use to get even more clients. And I promise you, if you deliver amazing results for 5 influential people in your industry, you will never struggle to get clients ever again. So make sure you over deliver, work your ass off, give them way more than they expect and get amazing results for them. Because the 4th thing you're going to do is build case studies and testimonials around those. That's going to do a few things. First, it's going to help you actually charge people in the future. It's going to help you charge your next 5 clients. It's also going to help you increase your authority in the industry, which means more leads willing to pay higher prices and converting at much higher rates, because you're associated with getting results for these already influential people. This is called the halo effect. Now, once you've got this, you can build a paid offer around the solution. You want to make sure it's still a no-brainer for people, meaning it's hard to say no to. What they're getting far outweighs the amount they have to pay, so it's really easy for people to say yes to you. Then what you're going to do is you're going to offer this to 5 more of your target audience. You're going to use the same process, but you're going to use the previous 3 to 5 people as proof, and this time you're going to start charging them. And look, within a few months of doing this, you will have a real business. You will have validated the market demand for what you have to offer. You'll have your first few case studies, and you'll now have people queuing up to work with you and willing to pay you because you've got proven examples of getting results with this sort of thing previously. Now, all the while you're doing this, one thing I would definitely be doing is posting valuable content online and building your audience online. Having an audience online is the best way to grow your business in 2025, because look, in 2025, people buy from people, and people want to work with those that have a strong personal brand, that have proven expertise. And to be honest, you're going to be competing with lots of people. Everyone is also reaching out to your audience saying, I can help you do this, I can help you do this, I can help you do this. But what's more convincing to you? That or 6 months of really high quality content that proves your expertise and an audience that you've built online? Focusing your time and effort and building that audience and building your authority online is going to give you an audience of people that you can sell to whenever you need extra clients. And this has personally, for me, been one of the reasons we're able to generate 20 leads per month and sign over 60 clients a year for the past 3 years back to back. As you do this, as you repeat, you keep posting content, you keep reaching out to your target audience, you're going to get to the point where you can't actually handle all of the delivery on your own. There are too many clients for you to service to a high standard yourself. And this is where you transition from a 1-person business to a team. Now, you've got a really important decision to make at this point. Do you want to build a big team and become a performance business that you might potentially sell one day? Or do you want to keep your team quite small, stay quite lean, and have a lifestyle business that, look, you're probably not going to be able to exit. It might not hit the huge numbers that a performance business might, but it's going to give you a really nice lifestyle for the next 5 to 10 years. You've got a really important decision to make there, and there is no right or wrong answer there. It is purely a personal decision. Whichever route you go down, you're probably going to have to hire and train some team members to handle the majority of delivery. It's worth thinking about where your skill set really lies here. If your skill set, if you are best at the initial skill that you set out selling, then maybe you're going to hire people to do the marketing and the selling for you. If actually you're really good at the sales side of things and maybe you don't enjoy actually doing the delivery as much, you want to hire people to do delivery. You really need to think about where your skill set lies here and hire people around that skill set. For example, one of the things I realized is that, look, I was pretty good at content, but I didn't particularly enjoy writing content every single day for my clients. And I was quite good personally at selling it. So I hired people to deliver for my clients. I hired great writers who could write amazing content for our clients. I hired a COO to manage the whole operational side of the business and the HR, because that wasn't my skill set. I now have someone that's way better at that side of things. Over time, I've then introduced things like head of strategy and a head of client services who oversee all the client work, because that's not an area where my skill set is best suited to. So you want to start hiring a team around your weak spots. It takes a lot of self-awareness to understand what those weak spots are and hire people better than you in those areas. But of course, you need to train them and help them understand your business, how you operate, how your clients think, because they're coming in with their own skill sets and their own expertise, but they don't know your business better than you. No one will ever know your business better than you. So you've got to make sure you're teaching them how you personally run things. Yes, be learning from them. Yes, bring their own expertise into it, but understand that no one will ever know your business quite like you do. And again, as you do this, you really want to double down on building your brand online. As you hire more team, your costs obviously increase. And when your costs increase, you want to make sure your revenue is increasing as well, and you have a strong pipeline of new business. Because if you take on costs and you have that risk, you want to have the new business coming in to make sure you can afford that month to month. So really double down on your brand at this stage. Use the credibility and the authority you've got to connect with even more elite level clients. Keep providing free value to them as a means to winning their business. As you go through this process, you also want to build an automated marketing and sales system that consistently generates and nurtures leads through really high quality content. And we've built a system that, as I said before, delivers lots of high quality leads every single week. And I wake up on a Monday morning every week knowing I'm going to have new opportunities to win clients that week. And it's because of the marketing system we've built. One of the most effective things that you should be doing is creating lead magnets. Now, lead magnets are a great way to capture demand from your audience. Lead magnets solve one specific problem for your audience, and you give them away. They're slightly more in-depth guides. You give them away in exchange for contact details from your audience, a name and an email address. And this is a really important first step in the sales process. What's happening here when people download your lead magnets is your audience essentially putting up their hand saying, look, I have the problem that you can help solve. They are registering their interest. They're acknowledging the problem that they have that you can actually solve for them. That is the first step to ultimately selling them. If you just think you're going to consistently just post content and get leads DMing you and leads selling themselves, it doesn't work that way. You need to have a system to capture demand at scale, and lead magnets are the best way to do that. If you get these things right, a few things are going to happen. Well, you're going to be growing pretty quickly, you're going to be building a pretty successful business, and the complexity is going to increase over time. So what you need to constantly be doing is identifying bottlenecks in your business. The only thing between you and scaling is bottlenecks in your business. When I say bottleneck, what I mean is in your business, there is a pipeline, there is a flow. Imagine every step between someone coming into contact with you and knowing you exist and renewing their contract and referring their friends. You should map out every single minute step along that journey, every single point of contact within that pipeline. For example, they need to see your content. They need to read the first line. They need to click see more. They need to read the rest of the post. They then need to see the link to your lead magnet. They need to submit the form and give you their name and email address, all the way through to things like they need to sign the contract. They need to onboard. They need to say yes to the sales process in the first place. They need to give you the right information. You need to get them results. Every single step you should map out, because really the only thing stopping you from scaling is bottlenecks in this process. And a bottleneck is an area where the flow is not as efficient and not as strong as it could be. Something is restricting people from renewing their contract and referring their friends. Your challenge is just to identify those bottlenecks and solve them in order of the highest to lowest leverage. So the thing that's going to make the most difference, you always want to be solving that first. You can split this across marketing, sales, operations, and HR. Those are the 4 areas of your business that you constantly need to be identifying bottlenecks in and solving those bottlenecks, as I said, in the order of highest to lowest leverage. A lot of people, they will be focusing on areas of their business that just aren't the biggest bottleneck right now. I see it all the time, people thinking, I need systems, but they don't have a client yet. You don't need systems if you don't have a client. You need leads, you need sales. So think about where is the biggest bottleneck in this business. And if you don't have that problem, don't focus on that specific area. Please, if you don't have clients yet, do not be thinking about systems. That is a problem for later down the line, not the main problem that you need to solve now. And look, if you repeat this process over and over again, I have no doubt you're going to be able to build the business of your dreams. And look, worst case, gives you a nice business that creates a good lifestyle for you and gives you financial freedom. I really hope this roadmap helps. If you found this content useful, subscribe to my channel because I'm sharing even more amazing content like this every single week. And if you found this useful, I know you're going to love the rest.